Okay, I want you to imagine this for a second. Your feet feel completely glued to the floor. Your throat, bone dry. Your heart is pounding so violently against your chest, you honestly feel like it's going to explode. You desperately want to say something, but absolutely no sound comes out. Now, most people out there call this visceral, intense physical experience fear. Well, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we aren't dealing with cheap motivation, and we definitely aren't doing comforting platitudes. Instead, we're going to look through the lens of dark psychology to uncover a literal glitch hidden deep inside your DNA. You'll want to stick around for this whole thing because today, we are breaking the cage. So think about this. What if your fear is actually a fake emotion? Now, the central thesis of our analysis today is that the fear holding you back isn't some personal flaw. It doesn't mean you just need a quick burst of TikTok motivation either. It is actually a hidden biological code running quietly in the background of your mind 24/7. It's literally a program designed to keep you trapped in a psychological prison where, quite frankly, the door has been wide open the entire time.
All right, let's get right into Section 1, the biological glitch.
To successfully beat any system, you first need a proper diagnostic framework, right? We have to understand exactly why human beings were built to be terrified in the first place. Millions of years ago, if our ancient ancestors heard a rustling in a bush and didn't immediately run for their lives, well, they were eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. Fear was an evolutionary bodyguard. It was absolutely crucial to keep us alive. But here is the massive problem we face today. The tigers are gone, and this brilliantly illustrates how your primitive brain treats that same rustling bush the exact same way it treats stepping onto a stage to give a presentation, launching a new online business, or simply walking up and introducing yourself to an attractive stranger. Your internal software literally hasn't had an update in 200,000 years. Because of that, this ancient programming triggers intense physical survival mode symptoms. We're talking sweaty palms, narrowed vision, shallow breath. Have you ever wondered why simply speaking in public causes such a crazy physical reaction? It's because your ancient mind literally believes that if you stutter or make a mistake on that stage, the tribe is going to banish you and you will die alone in the wilderness. You aren't just nervous, your body thinks it's in absolute survival mode. Which brings us to Section 2, the spotlight illusion. Let's shift our focus from our prehistoric biology over to the specific, modern cognitive software bugs that are manipulating us today. The moment you treat fear as this deeply personal, emotional mountain you have to climb, you remain its slave. But when you start viewing it as a mechanical chemical release, you become its master. Psychologists call this specific mental trap the spotlight effect. It's that overwhelming, suffocating feeling when you enter a crowded room and a little voice whispers, "What if I fail and everyone laughs at me?" You feel like every single eye in the room is tracking your movements, judging your outfit, and analyzing your walk. So the crucial point is this harsh but honestly completely freeing truth: you are simply not that important to other people.
What's truly fascinating here is what this actually reveals about human nature. The reality is, everyone is the main character of their own movie. Between their own deep insecurities, mounting bills, and broken relationships, everyone you meet is so utterly consumed by their own messy worlds. They literally do not possess a single spare kilobyte of brain power to care about your mistakes. They aren't thinking about your flaws because they are entirely occupied trying to hide their own.
Let's build this into an undeniable proof of concept. We'll call this the anatomy of a mishap. Imagine you're at a fancy, formal gathering. Step 1, you trip, you drop your plate, and you create a massive, noisy scene. You feel completely mortified, right? Like your life is basically ruined. But watch what happens. 10 minutes later, the guests are back to eating dessert. 20 minutes later, they're arguing about sports. By the very next morning, the event is completely erased from their memory. The public only grants your failures a 10-minute lease. It is only your own ego that turns that 10 minutes into a lifelong prison sentence. Moving right along to Section 3, the future tense trap. Now that we've cleared up how other people actually see you, let's explore the ultimate root cause of all human anxiety, our total obsession with hypothetical futures. Right now, at this exact second as you listen to my voice, you are perfectly safe. The danger you feel isn't real. You see, the brain is essentially a prediction machine. The danger is just a fictional movie your brain is actively projecting about the future. What if I fail the exam? What if the business goes broke? Your brain actually prefers a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. It will willingly kill your joy today just to stress over some hypothetical scenario 2 years down the road. And listen, there is a devastating physical cost to this bug in our software. This hypothetical stress absolutely kills your present joy. It makes you obsess over non-existent events. And studies show that chronic mental stress literally shortens your lifespan. Seriously, think about how wild that is. You are actively destroying your physical health, shortening your life over events like failing a test or a business going under, events that haven't even happened yet. And mathematically speaking, they most likely never will.
Okay, let's dive into this next part. Section 4, hacking the protocol. So we know the bugs, we know the glitches, but how do we actually override this faulty code entirely? Well, the secret is incredibly straightforward. Destroy the gap between thought and action. Yep, it's that simple. To successfully shut down the fear glitch, you must completely eliminate the empty space where overthinking breeds. You have to prioritize action over intellect.
Let's break down this exact mechanical formula with something called the 3-second protocol. Step 1, your brain senses an opportunity, like, say, walking up to a microphone. Step 2, you have a tight, absolutely non-negotiable 3-second window. Step 3, immediate action. Why 3 seconds? Because if you wait for that 4th second, your primitive brain wakes up and activates its defense mechanisms. In second number 4, it's going to generate 50 different reasons why you shouldn't do it, and it will completely paralyze you. You have to move before the software even boots up.
To actually pull this off, you need to understand the difference between the boss mindset and the employee mindset. Think of it kind of like taking a freezing cold shower. You don't just stand there testing the water with your hand, negotiating with the temperature while your mind is screaming at you to stop. No way. You strip down, you step in, and you turn the handle immediately. You have to give your brain absolutely zero room to negotiate. You must treat your mind like an employee, not the boss. You give the order, and the body executes, the whole shebang.
I really want you to internalize this quote. The elite simply choose to move regardless. If you step onto that stage and your voice cracks, let it crack. If people laugh at you, let them laugh. Remember the spotlight illusion we talked about? Those critics aren't paying your bills. They certainly aren't building your legacy. And I promise you, they are going to forget your mistake by dinner time. Every single person feels the biological rush of fear. The only difference is that the elite simply choose to bypass the glitch and move regardless.
And that brings us to the most important question of this entire explainer. You now know that the cage is just an illusion. You know the door has literally been wide open this entire time. Your fear? It's just outdated biology projecting imaginary futures. So, knowing all of this, knowing exactly how to hack the protocol and bypass the glitch, will you break the cage?